He just looks awful and like where to be. Like he just looks bad in every way. Unless something drastic happens, I just don't see him topping it.
Liverpool, I think it's a free-flowing scoring team this season compared to the other Premier League teams.
I would say if Nkunku had started this season, I would put him up for my player of the season. But
Best league in the world,
yes,
worst referees in the world.
That's a different story, bro. Libla's Football back again with an interesting topic, guys, and your resident guest, you know who he is, no introductions needed. But let's get into an interesting video topic today for our predictions for the Premier League.
For the Premier League.
Yes, sir.
Best league in the world.
Yes, sir.
Worst referees in the world.
That's a different story, bro. But yeah, 100%
subscribe
accurate.
and your team will win the league. How about that?
How about that? Subscribe and put your team in the comments, and then we'll see if it come true, bro.
Yeah.
We can put a word in for you guys because we know the refs. First topic we're going to go for is our prediction for who might be the Golden Boot winner this Premier League. So I'm going to start this one if you don't mind.
Cool.
Haaland, all day. It's as simple as that for me. Like in terms of raw scoring ability, nothing tops him. He might not have as good a season as he did last season, but I still think his numbers will be enough, especially since Harry Kane isn't there. His closest competition in my head is probably Mo Salah, but Liverpool will have to do well overall for Mo Salah to get up there. So it depends on that, but I still think Haaland has it in the bag. How about you?
I agree.
Yeah.
I can't really think of anyone else.
Yeah. Kane leaving just made it very difficult.
Yeah.
So there's a debate there at least.
It's an obvious thing. It's Haaland, yeah.
It's Haaland all day.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now this one's a bit more interesting in my opinion. It is the person who's going to have the most assists, top assist of the season. That's a very tough one.
Very debatable.
I'm going to make you go first because
Okay.
KDB's out. So in my head, I'm just like, who else could it be?
Who else? Maybe he can still make a comeback, but
4 months, eh?
4 months.
That's a lengthy period, yeah.
But
yeah,
you know what I have. I might be seen as biased, but it will make sense. I want to go for Trent Alexander-Arnold.
It
I
does actually
think
make sense, to be honest, especially since he's focused in the midfield this time around. Like,
yeah,
that does make sense.
He's
but
good.
The goal scorer is going to have to be up there as well. You know what I mean?
For Liverpool.
At least between like Nunes and Salah.
Yeah.
And like, Jota, definitely a big shot for like getting a lot of goals for Liverpool as well. Carry on.
Yeah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, I think he's going to get the most assist this season. If not, then maybe close. He's going to be up there in the conversation. I think Liverpool really need a good striker, in which they already have in Jota, in Gakpo. They have really good finishers. If you have Trent, it's going to make it a lot easier for Trent to get the assists. So I think Liverpool, I think it's a free-flowing scoring team this season compared to the other Premier League teams. So that's why I have a Liverpool player in this one, in Trent.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I definitely hear that, but for me, I'm going to have to say Martin Odegaard. Granted that they're going to have to get their goal scorer or goal scorers down this season a bit more often. It's generally shared between the front three in Martinelli, Saka, and Jesus, who's currently injured. So that might hold him back a bit until he comes back. But I think once he gets into form and Arsenal starts to move, it could be him. Definitely Trent is a shout for second place as well, especially since I think Liverpool are actually going to revert back to their older ways in the sense that they're going to be a highly goal-scoring team, but defensively they're losing out a bit, especially with that lack of a CDM. But we'll see how Endo does
Hopefully
this
not.
season. But yeah, I think Liverpool are going to get goals, especially if their front 3, 4, whatever, stay fit. By the way, Darwin Núñez is going to struggle to get into this team, it seems. Jota and, what's his name?
Gakpo,
Jota and Luis Diaz perform as well as they keep doing. And then Gakpo is still on the list as well. So, yeah. Golden Glove prediction, dude. I'm going to go first if you don't mind. I think Alisson Becker, in my opinion, Liverpool will struggle defensively. Actually, that's a tough one. I think Liverpool are going to struggle defensively, so it depends on clean sheets, doesn't it?
It does.
My goodness. I mean, like...
Well, you can say, fine, Alisson Becker will be the best goalkeeper as a
I
prediction.
think he will perform very well, yeah. In terms of clean sheets, I think they'll be hard to come by.
Yeah.
But I think he'll perform very well.
Already struggling.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
But it's a tough one. No one else stands out that much for me. I'm not going to say Onana because United's also just vulnerable.
You know who I have? Or are you still thinking?
Okay. Actually, my shout is going to probably be Edison by default.
I wanted
Just
to say
by
that
default.
first.
Like, I
wanted to say that first.
Got him.
But
City,
it makes sense though,
yeah,
because
City
they have
seems to be quite stable
Yeah.
defensively so far. I think they got the most clean sheets, if I'm not mistaken. So that will help him get those clean sheets wrapped up. Plus, he's quite a decent keeper, above average, and he'll do well. So you thinking the same, eh?
Yeah, I was thinking the same. I wanted to go Alisson, but Liverpool must fix up in the defense.
You need help from your defenders.
Yeah,
as
I
a keeper.
think Van Dijk is back to his best. To be honest, like the way I saw him play against Chelsea, no nonsense defending. Against Bournemouth, no nonsense defending as well. I think he's really, really back. But like, he still needs that support. We can't all be going up front, scoring all the goals, but forgetting to defend. But that's Klopp's problem, to be honest. I'm just a fan. But like, wish for the best for Liverpool.
Okay. Next one is the signing of the season. So you can start this one off.
Signing of the season. For me, it has to be James Maddison. And the reason why I say this, remember that game when Spurs played against United? Maddison was running up and down. Every goal that was scored was because of Maddison. He was there. He was creating the goals.
And he got on the score sheet.
Exactly. So
this weekend, by the way.
I wanted to say Moises Caicedo. I do think he's a good shout. Don't look at him as a bad player because of that first game incident. There's still a long way to go, and there's still like a chance for him to improve all his mistakes and all. But like, I have to go with James Maddison.
Interesting. Okay.
They look like they can finally play without Harry Kane. For me, in my opinion, they're getting the results. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Interesting shout. I can back that. The thing is, it'll be such a shame if the player of the season doesn't come from Chelsea, given all the signings we've made. It'll be a slap in the face. I would say if Nkunku had started this season, I would put him up for my player of the season. Being out for 4 months is one of the biggest misses for me, especially seeing how it's affecting our attack. As much as a lot of Chelsea fans may be in denial from this, it really is. So I just can't put him there yet because he has a very limited time to perform when he comes back, and even if he comes back like properly, you know what I mean. James Maddison's a very good shout, heavily dependent on Tottenham's success, and Tottenham's just a hard team to back sometimes. Like, these guys will just shock you in the most negative way sometimes. Look good, then go bad. They had the top goal scorer for seasons. They had such a high scoring player for seasons, and they still could barely crack top 4, you know what I mean? So it's just very hard to put Maddison there.
Just imagine if Maddison Harry Kane combination.
It could have been beautiful, actually. But I think they would have gone each other's way, because Harry Kane, remember, he drops deep as a 10 a lot of the time.
True.
So he would have gone Maddison's way a lot. I think Harry Kane leaving has actually given Maddison a lot more freedom than, giving him the freedom he needs.
I feel like Richarlison is also going to score a lot more goals.
That's a big one for me, because he's looked terrible somehow. Like, all the
your
creation,
words.
100%. All the creation that's happened so far for Tottenham, and Richarlison just hasn't done anything, is just beyond me. Like, he hasn't even contributed in touch. He just looks awful, and where to be. Like, he just looks bad in every way. Unless something drastic happens, I just don't see him topping it so far. But as to answer the question, signing of the season, mate, it's a tough one. I'm gonna have to say, Brighton. Dude, I'm going to have to say Maddison. I don't have anyone else in mind, guys.
Why are you copying me now?
He gets out. Arsenal Declan Rice may be quite decent.
Liverpool McAllister. You
You
think
know what?
about the way
Szoboszlai's a decent
Liverpool
shout.
needed midfielders. I don't want to sound biased, but
No,
thing
true.
is,
I say Maddison, but because he's performed, at the time of this video at least, he's performed a lot better than Szoboszlai, for example. But I rate Szoboszlai quite highly so far. He looks very good, but no end product so far, like in terms of assists or goals, as far as I know. So in terms of who looks better right now, it's Maddison. He looks really good right now. It makes sense to put him up there, but it's just Tottenham might pull a shocker on us. So yeah, okay, next one. Player of the season.
Player
Player of the
season.
Yes,
sorry.
Jump in.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it?
It is tough.
So I'll take it off your hands for you.
Okay.
Player of the season, guys.
Prediction.
As a prediction, this is a tough one. I'm gonna say, I think it's probably gonna be Haaland. Like, I think that's a safe bet.
It is a safe bet.
It is a safe bet. I would say someone like Foden maybe, especially since he's taken up Kevin De Bruyne's role quite well, and he just looks good every time he plays. Like, what a player! As a beautiful player to watch, technically gifted. It's just, as a Chelsea fan, when you watch Gallagher play every weekend and then you see players like Foden, it just makes you want to cry. You know what I mean? So that's it for me. Like, I think Haaland's a safe shot, definitely going to bag a lot of goals. If he can get a few assists on top of that and City win the league, then that's an easy shot for player of the season. He's done his job. So many other unknown variables. Like, Arsenal don't have any standout players. Like, I don't think Saka's going to make it. Martinelli, I think, will do well, but not so much. Kai Havertz, definitely not. It's hard for CDM to make it, especially when Rodri's there, so no Declan Rice.
Everything's about goals and assist.
That's the
and
thing.
that's the thing that's not good.
Salah, maybe, depending on how well Liverpool does as a team. That's going to be tough because they need to tighten up in that midfield and defensively as well. So, yeah. How about you?
I think you need to look at things in an old school way, remove goals and assists.
Okay.
I think I want to go Martin Odegaard. He is Arsenal. Odegaard is... Arsenal is Odegaard and Odegaard is Arsenal.
Interesting.
So everything that happens positively is Martin Odegaard. For me, that's going to be the predicted player of the season.
Okay, damn. Okay, guys.
I don't want to be boring and say Haaland because I know that's what everyone's going to say.
That. I mean, that's true. But it's the safest bet, to be honest. I mean, second, right? If there wasn't a Haaland.
Yeah.
Man, I can't think of anyone. I'm trying to say.
I feel like you go
Isak is a good shot. Isak is a good shot. Yeah, I called it. Isak is a very good shot, especially if Newcastle can be good and not be hampered by Champions League. They look very strong so far. Isak is, he's Thierry Henry-esque, dude. Like, he's a very great forward. He can come in from the left, very skillful, deceptively, strong, tall. Guy is a player, hey?
My goodness.
Like, my goodness, actually. I'm putting him up there 100%. Yeah, guys, let us know what you think in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe if you think this was a dope video. If you want us to do more videos like this, hit us up in the comments and subscribe to his channel. Description box, it's in there. And let us know what your shouts are actually for this.
Remember, subscribe, like the video. Your team will win the league. If you're a Liverpool fan, and we're gonna win the league.
Awesome, guys. Blue Bloods.